Flosstube, it's Kim Chamberlain, the Canal Town Stitcher, and I am here for a cross stitch update and plus some updates on Flossmas and when you can expect to see some videos from me. I was hoping to do Flossmas like every single day, but yesterday was December 1st, so sorry. Today is December 2nd, Friday, December 2nd. It is not that late. It's only about 6:45, but it feels like midnight. It feels like I have been up for a crazy amount of time. It's been about a month since my last update, so we have a lot of fun stitching to share and some plans and some thoughts about WIPGO for next year and all kinds of really fun stuff. So I'm so happy that you were able to come today. If you are returning, thank you so much for returning. And if you have subscribed, thank you so much. And if you're new here, welcome. And I'm so glad that you stopped in to spend some time with me. And, please like and subscribe the video to help me grow. My new goal is 500 subscribers. I think I'm at about 350. Maybe a little less than 350, I think 340. So not too much further to go to get to 500. It's almost my 2-year anniversary with Flosstube. A lot has happened in the last year, so there was a big hiatus for me where I was not here from like March until I started filming again in September. So for those of you who don't know, I'm originally from upstate New York, the Rochester, New York area, and recently moved to Jacksonville, North Carolina, and I've lived here for the last 4 months. So it's been a lot of adjusting for the kids and a lot of adjusting for me. I'm still teaching. I teach 4th grade. I love it. My only complaint is that North Carolina is making me take my certification tests again, and that's not thrilling me. I feel like the tests I took in New York were just as good as the tests they have here, but apparently not. So I'll be studying for that and taking that in January, hopefully. And Christmas is coming, and I'm going back to New York for Christmas for 2 weeks, and so it's going to be a really fun time. So let's get into the stitching, since I keep looking away. I did not tell my kids that I was going to be filming, so
Mom,
there's my first interruption. Yes.
is that what's for dinner?
What?
McDonald's?
No?
No?
Who said McDonald's?
You had McDonald's and you walked in here.
No, that was just a garbage bag full of candy wrappers that was filled with aluminum cans that I took to the dump. You can't dump garbage into the recycling bins. So I had to bring that back and throw it away. So no. I was thinking Domino's for dinner.
What a disappointment that is. Not the Domino's, but the fact that you brought a McDonald's bag in and then it's not food.
It's full of trash.
Ugh.
Okay, there's that. First interruption. And I'm going to leave that in the video. Okay. That's just real life. Real life right there. I'm sure there'll be another interruption at some point. That was my daughter, Grace. Oh my gosh, I have to talk about Grace for just a second. So, Grace performed a solo at the talent show, their first annual talent show here. She performed The Greatest Love of All, and oh my gosh, she brought down the house. It was amazing. She had people that were using their phones as lights. She was the only act of the night that got a standing ovation. I am so proud of her. So proud of her. From a move from upstate New York to here, kind of being transplanted with nobody that she knows, to blossom the way that she is blossoming is just, it's amazing. And so she deserves high praise, high praise. Okay. My chair is off of the thing and I'm really far over in the video, but if I'm over here, my chair is halfway on and halfway off this chair thing. And I don't like the way it feels. Anyhow, back to stitching. So it's been about a month and I have two really big finishes. Okay. First of all, my first finish is from the December 2020 Just Cross Stitch magazine. This is my oldest whip. Whip, by the way, is work in progress. This was my oldest whip. And so it is Cozy Cardinals. It is the front cover. Oh, that's a really terrible glare. It's the front cover of the magazine. I fell in love with this. And I started it in December of 2020 and I finished it on the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday. So here it is in all its glory. It is so beautiful. I was worried it wasn't going to fit because this is a piece of 25 count icy blue Lugana. And I was like not sure it was going to fit, and then it did. And it came out absolutely stunning. I couldn't be happier with it. And I cannot wait to frame it and have it up in my house. This is a stitch I can keep up in the winter. I don't have to take it down just because Christmas is over, so I really like that about this. My second finish is from Country Cottage Needleworks. Sorry, I'm just getting over a cold in the last week and I still have some junk. So and the shortness of breath, like, isn't really shortness of breath, but like 5 minutes before I started filming, I started coughing and couldn't stop. So that's why, just catching my breath here. All right, so no, this is not it. Right bag, wrong. All right, this is it. This is Santa Sampler. It's by Country Cottage Needleworks. You know who showed me this first was, oh my gosh. Why can I not think of her name now? I'm going to look it up because it'll drive me crazy if I don't know. Sammy Liz. That's who it is. So Sammy Liz, I miss her. I don't think she's done a video in a while. And if she has and you've seen it, can you let me know? Because I think I'm subscribed to her channel, but I haven't seen her in a minute. Anyway, I saw that she had stitched this and fell in love with it then. I started it in July of 2021 when did I start this? Yeah, no, I started this in May of 2021 during Mania. I worked on it in July because I did Christmas in July that year. That's why I'm remembering this. And I finished it on November 21st, 2022. Not too shabby. Here it is. I became a very skilled French knot person. Now, don't look at the gingerbread men's eyes too much because those were the first ones I did. But look at the cookies in the Santa eyes. I'm so excited. I learned how to French knot. This needs ironing, obviously. This was stitched on 32 count 32 count antique lamb's wool Belfast linen with all the called for DMCs. So there's no fancy floss in this. But actually, I like the fancy floss in this, or the DMCs in this a little better because they're so bright. And I love those bright colors. I'm going to be framing this. And it's going to be going up for Christmas this year. So excited. So excited. So those are my two big finishes. I am so happy. So happy to have Cozy Cardinals done. As much as I loved stitching on it, I was really ready to put it away. All right. So I've done a lot of stitching since my last update. So let's look and see what I've been working on. Okay. So These are my project bags that I made myself. I am going to be making some project bags and putting them in my Etsy store, which is Canal Town Stitcher. I do have some patterns that I've designed there. They're both like printed patterns, and if you want to get a printed pattern and PDF patterns. So, you know, take a look over there on Etsy, Canal Town Stitcher, if you want. But I don't have any project bags there yet, but my plan is to make some project bags and have them up after the first of the year. I have so much fabric, so much fabric. Some people collect like shot glasses, and some people collect, you know, cross stitch patterns, and some people collect coins. I collect fabric. I sew, but not extensively. I quilt, but not all the time. The last quilt that I actually finished was, gosh, probably 10 years ago. It was a minute ago. But I have all of this fabric. So I went to Hobby Lobby like a month ago, and I bought the vinyl and the interfacing so I can make project bags, so I can put them in my Etsy store. And so after the first of the year, my plan is to work on the weekends making project bags. I have two types of project bags. I have this one right here, which is like a 9x13 with the, or it's a 14 inch zipper. And then I also have, I can't show you the vinyl front of this, but it's like, because there's a pattern in there, but here, I can do this. The zipper goes across this, so it's a 9 inch, so it's a 9x13. And what I like about this is that the pattern sits in this, and I can like look at the pattern while I'm stitching. I don't have any more of this fabric left, so if you fall in love with this fabric, I don't have enough. But I do have some of this left. Anywho, so I don't like to sell a lot of stuff on my Flosstube channel, so that'll be like the little plug I give you. In my opinion, you came here to see my stitching, not here to listen to me talk about all the things I can sell you. All right, next thing is The Most Wonderful Feast of the Year by Sue Hillis Designs. I really love this one, but I struggled to stitch it, and I'm going to explain to you why. For one, I started this not once, not twice, but 3 times on 3 different fabrics, and I haven't liked it on any but the one that I'm stitching on right now. The problem I have with it right now, and let me just get it out so I can show it to you. So it is being stitched on a piece of 18 count Aida in the color Time. And I am stitching it 1/1. Isn't it glorious? But I don't think it's bright enough. I don't know. It is beautiful. And once I put the back stitch in, it will look a lot better. But I don't know. I just feel like it's not dark. I feel like the 1/1 isn't bright enough. But it is pretty. So this is what I did. Let me explain what I worked on. So I finished the pie. I finished the headdress. I started the D. And that's about all I worked on. All of this was already done. So I plan to put this on my whip-go board next year. It was not on my whip-go board for this year. It's going on whip-go next year because I want this done. I would like to have this done next year, for sure. I don't want to have this in my whip pile anymore. This is one of my oldest whips. Now that my oldest whip is complete, this is definitely up there with one of my oldest ones. Okay, what's next? As you can see, I have all my stuff on the floor next to me. Okay, I need this for this though. This is my binder of PDF patterns that I have printed from Etsy, mostly Etsy. But this is a Brooks Books publishing. So I haven't finished, but finished a couple of things. All right, so let's look and see what we have in here, because I don't see what I need right where I thought it was. Oh boy. Which one is this? So that's the Rudolph. That's the reindeer one. By the way, these are free. This is the Advent Animals. Free cross-stitch patterns that are on the Brooks Books website. Oh, here. Okay. So, let's talk about my finish. So, first of all, I finished Peter Polar Bear. So here he is. He is done. And let me show him to you so you can see him complete. Okay. So this right here is Katie Kitty. She's just about done. I haven't worked on her, but just so that you can get kind of an idea. She just needs some laces on her shoes. Then she'll be done. And this right here is Peter Polar Bear, and he is done. And he's cute and adorable, and I love him. So the change I made to this pattern is that all of this is full cross stitching that I wanted to have around the outside. And the pattern does not call for that. Hang on. We're not going to take that phone call just now. It's from the high school. It's about to tell me that my kids had perfect attendance this week at school. All right, so there he is in all of his beautiful glory. And so when he was finished, I went right in. Oh my gosh. I took a Mucinex, so it should help with some of this junk. So I went right in and I started Mary Mouse. I don't know why I'm going in order. I kind of like it. So here she is. And this is being stitched on 32 count Antique lamb's wool Jobelin. Lamb's wool Jobelin, 32 count, by the way. And here she is. She's coming out cute. I don't expect her to take me too long. I don't really know why I take so long on these. I started this project, oh gosh, when did I start Katie Kitty? It had to be Christmas in July, maybe 2021. And I had this goal. It was so lofty. I had this goal that I was going to finish all of these in like a year. It's like, I'll just do 3 a month. It'll be good. I'll finish them. No. That did not happen. But there she is. Very cute and lovely. And I will get back to her, because I would like to have her done. The funny thing is that when I'm stitching them, they stitch up so fast. Okay, next up is back to this bag right here that I had pulled the wrong picture out of. It's right here. For Countdown to Christmas from Country Cottage Needleworks. I started this in May of 2021. and worked on it during Christmas in July. And I've been working on it this week, still in the hoop. This is on, this is called, I just lost a needle somewhere. It landed on the desk, I'm pretty sure. I just lost a needle. Anyhow, here it is. This is on 32 count antique lambswool linen. Let me put something behind it so that it's, you can't see the light through it. There we go. That's better. This is in both the called for DMCs and the called for fancy floss. So the house in the middle is ribbon red, which is the called for, and so is like the door and the hearts and stuff, the green. But the green and the white, brown, and all that is from DMC. So yeah, it's coming out cute. I'd like to get this done sooner than later. Get it off my whip board. Okay. Next up. So I've been, even though I've been stitching a lot, I've really been stitching on like mostly monogamous kind of stitching, just kind of wanting to make some headway into some projects. But this one is just fun. I started this. This is my only start in the last 2 months, actually. I've been very good about not starting. So this is a pitiful start. I'm going to show it to you anyway. All right, this comes out of the World of Cross Stitch magazine. I honestly should write on these the dates because they don't print with the dates on them. I actually have no idea which one this came from. Anyways, I get these from my Readly app. If you are not familiar with Readly, it is a magazine app that you can download on your phone. It costs $12.99 a month, and you get access to all of these magazines. So all of the World of Cross Stitch magazines, the Just Cross Stitching magazines, the Cross Stitcher magazine are all in there. And you can print patterns, and they have like back copies. So if you like Stitchrovia, which is Emma Condon, she is amazing, an amazing designer. She's British, I believe, or English. I'm not really sure. Anyways, a bunch of the World of Cross Stitch magazines carry her charts. So anyhow, I like these mice. These are their Furry Tales series. They're super cute. I have a bunch of them printed to stitch. And I'm stitching this little elf guy, elf mouse. That's what it's called. Just a just out of curiosity. I just want to see. Oh, somebody's selling this on Etsy. I hope that they're not. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry about the cough. You can get this pattern on Etsy. Let me see. It's called Elf Mouse. You can get it on Etsy if you don't want to go to get the Readly app. That's where I got mine. Anyways, here is my pitiful little start. I do plan on working on this tonight. This is on just a piece of 14 count Ada. Just a scrap piece that I had hanging out. So, yeah. It's extra special and super cool. I think I'm going to go with that slogan for 2023. It's extra special and super cool. Maybe. For somebody it is. Anywho. So those are all of my whips. And so let's talk whip go for a minute. Okay, so Jessie Marie from Jessie Marie Does Stuff takes care of whip go, and all the numbers have been called for the year. So I did pretty well, I would say, with my whip go goals for this year, considering the fact that I had a huge move. We moved from New York State to here. We literally we've been here for 4 months. So I feel like I did a fair share of work. So in November, Cozy Cardinals was called. And so obviously I worked on that and finished it. In November, let me see here. Okay, back. Actually found some more whips that I worked on that I totally forgot about. Anyways, we'll finish Whipco and then we'll go back to the 2 whips that I worked on that I didn't show you. So, let me pull it up. I sent it to my phone. Here it is. All right. This is not going to be the best, but it'll work. Okay, so here's my Whipco board. Okay, so this number 4 is a December number. Etsy. Oops, I don't want to go to Etsy. Good Lord. Okay. I didn't purchase anything from anywhere on December 16th. Elegant Jewelos shop. No. Oh. Oh my goodness. Oh, young love. My son just ordered something for his girlfriend on Etsy. I'm like, I didn't order anything from Etsy from a jewelry shop. Anyhow, so here it is. So, like I said, number 4 is a December number. That's afternoon in Paris, or no, afternoon in New York. Goodness. I'm stitching that for my daughter. I'll show you that in a little bit. Number 23 is also a December number, and that's Away We Ride. And I honestly was supposed to have that in November too, but I couldn't stitch it because I didn't have enough of the thread. I thought I had gotten it all, but I did not. I did not kit that up at all. So that I need to get some more floss for before I can work on it. Then right here, this was an August number. And obviously I was moving in August. It's Prairie School Santa. So I did pull that out so I can work on that. So I can get, if I get 10 hours in, then I can color in that block. Then I will have a bingo here. And I will have a whip go here. Which is actually, oh, and I finished Cozy Cardinals. So I actually have one down. Because that's Cozy Cardinals and I finished that. So I actually have it down. So I actually have, by the end of the year, I might have 3 whip goes done. All right. So that leads me to the whips that I forgot. Then we'll talk about plans. Okay. So this beautiful project bag from Hobby House Needleworks, by the way. I have this pattern which is Away We Ride, which I love. I think the first time I saw this, it was on Pam and Steph's channel. I'm not really sure. But I fell in love with it and wanted to stitch it really bad. And it was at a time when everybody else did too. So I couldn't get any of the right flosses. So I'm stitching mine with, Grapevine by Weeks Dyed Works and Charcoal by Weeks Dyed Works. And this is where I am so far. I'm stitching this on antique, 32 count antique lamb's wool Belfast linen. And I really like it so far. It's going well. 32 count is kind of my jam. I really like 32 count. So I got going on this and like realized that I have enough thread for the border, but I have none of the other colors, like 0 of the other colors. And I really want to get those. I'm going up north, so I'll be able to go to Hobby House and get those. All right. There's that first one. The next one, oh my gosh, I have 3 in here. Oh, good Lord. 4. I have 4 in here. Okay. The next one is my husband's stocking. So let me pull that up. My good notes. Yep. So you can see that. Interruption number 2. His face was priceless. This is the stitch. That's the stocking I'm stitching for my husband. I'm stitching this on 25 count barley. I think it's called barley. Might not be barley. I can't remember. It might be parchment. Anyways, it's a Lori Holt fabric that I got from the Fat Quarter Shop. 25 count Lugana. And there is where I am so far. This is going to take me a long time. I hope it fits. I think it will. I think it's going to fit. I wanted it to be kind of bigger because stockings are not small. And I'm using all the called for DMCs for this one. Next up are these ornaments that I'm stitching for my nieces and my nephew. I cannot believe I even forgot them. It's like absent-minded professor. Okay, here's the first one. These are dimensions kits on plastic canvas. So here's the first one. Really like this Christmas tree. And this is where I am. Oh, let me put the cardboard behind it. This is where I am. This is stitching up really beautifully. So this is going super well. And
Mom, can I have $3?
we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
What does the kid want $3 for? Next up is another dimensions kit. Santa Claus presents. And these are super easy to stitch. Honestly, I've been so caught up in the other ones that I've been working on. That's why I have not worked on this one anymore. But it's not hard to stitch it. I'm going to put it on the dark. Let me put it on this. Make it easier to see it. Okay, there we go. So this is going pretty well. Pretty easy. I'll probably work on these this weekend. Get them done. Get them done. All right. There's all my rips. I can't believe I was like the absent-minded professor. This is all I worked on. It's about a month. I'm sure there's other stuff too, somewhere floating around here that I put a couple stitches in that I cannot remember right now. Anyways, back to plans. All right, so let's go. Oh, and I didn't buy anything. I have no haul, nothing. All right, so this is Afternoon in Paris. This is by Country Cottage Needleworks. I stitched this, I stitched Afternoon in, did I say Afternoon in Paris? I meant Afternoon in New York. Because I already stitched Afternoon in Paris for my daughter. It's hanging in her room 2 years ago, and I am stitching this for her room as well. Something tells me that child is going somewhere. New York, Paris, wherever. Okay. This is being stitched on 25 count Vintage Stormy Night Lugana in some of the called for and some of the not called for. And it's so cute. This is going very well. I gotta get back to this. I stitched this in hand. So this is an easy car stitch. Actually, I should probably put this in the car. I spend a lot of time in the car waiting for Grace to get out of things. She's very busy. So yes, I definitely know that if I sat down and just worked on this, well, it's a WIPCO, so I will be working on it in December because it was called, and I need to work on it, and I don't know what I'm doing with it. Why is it's like map folding here? I have no idea how it was folded. To go back in my very expensive plastic project bag. All right. And Away We Ride we already talked about. And I think that's it for Go. All right. So let's talk about plans. I pulled some projects from my project bag in my closet so that I can start thinking about them and deciding if I'm going to stitch on them or not. So this one is my second oldest whip. This is Truck Snow Globe by Shannon Christine Designs. I'm stitching this on 25 count Vintage Stormy Night. Okay, so you might notice that I'm wearing different clothes and I'm looking different because it's been it's a totally new day. Totally got cut off at my last video because I ran out of room on my computer, and then, or not computer, but my iPad, and then I had to go through and clean things out, make dinner, all the fun stuff, and now it's been 2 days. So, back to where I was. So I was talking about Sue Hillis Designs, Shannon Christine Designs, Truck Snow Globe. And this is my oldest whip now. And I was about to show you where I am on this. And this is where I am. And so I need to work on this. I just do. I am going to learn how to bead. I do have all the beads for this. And since I taught myself how to do French knots so well, I figured I should be able to do some beading, right? And that will get me ready if I ever decide to do like a fancy lady like Snow Queen, which is the one that I really would like to do. It's the only memorabilia that I really want to do. The other fancy ladies are very pretty, but they're just, I don't want to stitch something just to stitch it and like never put it in my house somewhere. And there aren't a lot of fancy ladies that I'm like, I could see that on my wall. You know what I mean? Snow Queen, though, I feel like I could put up every year at Christmas and or through the winter, and I just love it. So, I am going to work on this. I don't know. I get the itch to work on things, and then I think I'm going to work on something, and then I don't. All right, so a couple of other things. I have to go over here. Okay. So the other day when I was filming, I got a whole bunch of stuff out to show you guys. And so I was going to show you December Truckin' Along. This is by Stitching with the Housewives. This is what it looks like. Oops. Sorry. This is what it looks like. I'm doing it as one big piece. Instead of doing it as two separate pieces, I'm just doing it as one big piece. And I was impatient, and on Sunday, or was it Friday that I filmed? When I go editing me, we'll go back and figure out when I filmed the last time, but I got a hankering for working on this, and I just started working on it the other day, and I actually did quite a bit. So I can show this to you. Kind of get you started on. So I worked on this and got pretty far. So this is where I am now. Now before, I had just done, this was done, the trees were done. All I needed to do was these ornaments in the trees, which I don't even think I finished. Oh yeah, I did. It's hard to see that red in there. Oh, I can't get it to like show up because I keep forgetting where the camera is. Anyways, those are red ornaments and blue ornaments. And then I started down here on this section, which in this lighting, it is really hard to see. Oh my goodness, Cap. It is really hard to see those pine branches. But in real life, you can see them just fine. In real life, they don't hide. They're there. So, as if you guys on video are not in real life. Good Lord. You are. You're in real life. I gotcha. Anyways, so I'm working on this. December Truckin' Along. And it's going very well. This is on 32 count Belfast linen. I have quite a bit of it here, so there's a whole lot more for another project that I have that's a Stitching with Housewives project. I'll get to that. So then, I was also going to show you on Friday or whatever day it was, this, which is Madame Chantilly Fa La La. This is what it looks like. I love these little mices. And I had started this last year on a piece of green fabric, a sapphire linen, and I didn't like the color. So I started it again, and this time I started it on a piece of 32 count Belfast linen in the color Whisper. And I need to put something behind it because the light is completely drowning it out. So I worked on this, and I finished, from my restart, I only had just the light pole and some of the wreath, and I finished the wreath, the candle, and started the first mouse. So, because I got a hankering to work on it before I finished this video. So that's why I'm showing you this now so that you can kind of see where this is going to start. And I'm working on this currently. I worked on it today when I got home from a crazy field trip, which you'll learn about in my Stitch With Me video that is going to be posted probably very shortly after this. So that's what I'm going to go film after I'm done with this for my Flossmiths. And I still have to do my whip parade, which I'm going to do before New Year's. I'll probably do it over the weekend. All right, so then I have this that's ready to start. This is by Lizzie Kate, and it's Merry Friends Santa 03. It says, "Friends make the holidays merry." This was a Christmas gift for my son last December, and so he asked me if I would start something that he bought for me, so I have everything kitted up to start this. I am stitching this on a piece of 32 count natural raw linen. I've already got it pre-cut. It's ready to go. All the colors in this project bag that I made. I'm not going to be making a lot of these little ones. I mean, I can, but I don't know. I like them for the small projects, but, and I do have a couple of these that I made, but they're probably not going to go in my shop. Okay. So then I've been working on this. I made this project bag too. This was actually one of the first 2 project bags I made. I followed a tutorial. I can't remember who it was. If I can think of it and remember it, I'll put it in the description box, but don't count. Don't count on it. That's terrible. You know why I don't put a lot in the description box? I'll explain why. For one, it takes me forever to get a video filmed, and then it takes forever to upload it. So I cannot be bothered to spend a half an hour on the description. I can edit it later, and I always want to. I have good intentions, but it just doesn't happen. So please, please, please be nice to me and understand that it's not because I don't want to give credit to the people that deserve the credit. It's just that I feel like if I say it in the video and I'm giving them credit in the video, then I am giving them credit for it. So that's better than nothing, I guess. And if you really have a question about something, anything, please, 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 please send me a comment or, you know, a DM or something, just, you know, to say, hey, I have a question about whatever, and I will get back to you. I'm really good about getting back to my commenters. All right, so I am doing a prairie schooler Santa for every one of my children's birth years, as well as my wedding year, which was 2000. My husband and I have been married for almost 23 years. And the year, what was it? They have one for every one of their years. Oh, and 20, right? The 2020 or 2021. Hang on. That's 2006, 2008, 2010, 2021. Yeah, 2021, because I really liked this one. I love the woodland animals. I'm a big sucker for them. So, and I apologize for my terrible lighting. I believe the other day when I filmed it was sunny outside and I was getting light from outside, and now it's dark outside and I'm getting like no natural light from anywhere. Anyhow, so I started with my son Ethan's and I worked on it on Sunday because Sunday was his birthday and he turned 18. And I don't know if you have an 18-year-old out there, but this mama's heart was like, cannot believe that this has happened. My baby is 18. He was 6 pounds, 13 ounces and 20.5 inches long. And he was so, so small. And now he's 18. Anyway, so the 2004 Prairie Schooler Santa is this one right here. I'm stitching this on a 16 count Aida that I got from Hobby Lobby. Just said natural on the thing. So it looks a little bit like potato. I don't know. Anyway, this is where I am with him. And the lighting is bad, but his beard is filled in. If I can get it close. Oh, there we go. So kind of see it. So I got the scissors done. I'm working on the green, filling in the green. All of this down here is green. This is actually pretty easy to stitch. I hope to have this done before Christmas. It's going to go in a frame. I'm going to frame all of them, and then there's going to be like a place where I put them in the house at Christmas time. They're meant to be ornaments, I think, but I think they're kind of big for ornaments. I don't know. Even if you did this on 40 count, I think it would be kind of big for an ornament. So I'm going to frame mine. So shove that in there very quickly so that you guys can't steal anything. Not that you guys would ever do that because you guys have integrity. But just in case there's a person out there that's trying, don't. Don't steal. It's not okay. All right. That's it. So let's talk some plans. So I'm going to do my web parade over the weekend. I'm going to do a stitch with me right after this. And then we'll talk about 2023 plans. Probably when I get back from New York. I said I'm a lot. I am taking a bunch of projects up with me. I don't know what I'm going to work on and what I'm not going to work on. I am going to Hobby House Needleworks while I'm up there. That is the local needlework shop. And I will be definitely stopping in there because I need silk. Because I cannot believe I didn't even show this. Oh my gosh, I have to get up again. All right, hang on. I cannot believe I forgot this. This is a big deal. All right, so what lives in this bag is my Quaker Snowflakes. This is by Hello from Liz Matthews. This was my New Year's new start in 2021. I started it New Year's Day 2021. I'm doing the blue one right here. Okay, I love this pattern. Love it so, so much. And I don't know. I might pass the stash on this one. I might give this away to a winner when I hit 500 subscribers. I'd like to see another person that maybe can't get this or has been wanting it and maybe can't afford it to grab it. Because I loved it. Anyways, so guys, look it. So beautiful. Now, I ran out of silk. So here's a good question for you, because I asked my friend and my husband, and they both said, I wouldn't even bother to get more silk. I would just, I'm gonna put it up on this board. I wouldn't even bother to get more silk. I would just finish it as it is. Because I ran out of silk. I don't have enough to do the bottom row. That bottom row of triangles. Okay? So what do you guys think? Should I get the silk and finish that bottom row? Or should I leave it like this? It's beautiful either way. But I'll let you guys help me. Majority rules. If you think that it's good like this, we'll go with whichever has more votes. Triangles or no triangles. You could just write triangles or no triangles. That's totally fine. And say hi to me while you're at it, because I don't know why, but not a lot of people comment onto my stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'm just boring. I don't know. If you've reached this part in the video, just say hi to me. Just a little wave, a little hi, an emoji, just something. That would be so nice. That would make me so happy. It would really make my day. Okay, so I need more silk, which if I have to do more triangles because you guys vote for triangles, then I will be going to Hobby House Needleworks to buy the silk because I don't really need a whole lot of stuff and I don't want to order from 123 Stitch and only order just one skein of silk. There's a bunch of stuff on my wish list too that I could order, but I'm trying to be very, very frugal right now. But when I go into Hobby House Needleworks, I'm going to buy fabric. I always buy fabric when I'm in there. And I'll be looking for some fabric for some pieces that I already have the patterns for. I just need the fabric to stitch them up. I've had a really good year. Like a really good stitching year. I've done more stitching in the year 2021 and 2022 than I did the entirety of my youth when I started cross stitching at 14. Oh, and I have some cross stitching that I did do when I was in my teenage years that's not done, and I thought I would do a Flosstube special and show you those beauties. Wait till you see the backs of those. That'll be a fun episode. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you got something out of this video. Maybe you were stitching, maybe you got an idea, maybe you just like my crazy life. I don't know. But thank you so much for coming and spending this time with me. I really appreciate you and love you all, and I hope that you have a great night, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.